This is Jessica Williamson, and you're watching ZapRoot. The green movement is becoming a pretty big boat these days. Corporations, governments, and even religious folks are getting on board. The Vatican covered its roof in solar panels, Southern Baptists confess that their environmental efforts have been lacking, and Mormons are reminding members that their original founders were early environmentalists. Christian theologian Hermel Emil Mertens wrote, "There is environmentalism without Easter faith, but no Easter faith without environmentalism. So get right with your flavour of Middle Eastern religion and make it a green Easter. Try dyeing your eggs the natural way with things like red cabbage and blueberries. Even if it goes horribly wrong, it should be a fun experiment. There are several different methods in the show links. Or you could buy your baskets fair trade, or check out instructor bowls to find different ideas on how to make your own, complete with basket grass made from old plastic bags. You could buy handmade cards from recycled paper, or check out Stubby Studios for all natural art supplies. Go to the Daily Green for some Easter recipes. You can buy organic fair trade chocolate Easter bunnies online, and if you don't have time for that, apparently the natural food company Annie's has a bunny fetish, and they make bunny shaped cereals, fruit snacks, mac and cheese, and just about every other thing you can think of, and they can be found at your local Whole Foods. So get green this Easter, because Jesus didn't intend for his resurrection to be sponsored by Dow Chemical. When I'm fresh out of the shower, as much as I might want soft unwrinkled skin or straight smooth hair, believe it or not, the last thing I want to do is slather myself with untested chemicals. But we don't need to worry about that, because surely the government makes sure chemicals are safe before they reach our skin. As it turns out, not so much. The 1976 Toxic Substances Control Act doesn't even have the teeth to ban asbestos. So I suppose it shouldn't be surprising that the law doesn't even require test the 700 or so new chemicals that they release upon the US market every year. And while there probably isn't any asbestos in your moisturizer, there is lots of fun things like formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, also known as embalming fluid, can be found in everything from hair products to cigarettes to detergents to zombies. So check out cosmeticsdatabase.com to find out which products you should and shouldn't be using, because there's plenty of time to be embalmed when you're dead. Want some free stuff? Well, buygreen.com is looking to give it to you. Sign up on our community site, add a blog entry. You can use pics and videos, and the best blog entry this week will receive this. Sponsored by buygreen.com. And don't forget, there's a link in our show notes. And now for some alternative autos. Our friends over at Edmunds recently got to test drive the Aptera 2E electric car. So what's their review? There's a little too much road noise, the side windows don't roll down, and Aptera is still dialing in the handling. And even with all that, Edmunds still gave it a thumbs up. They say it's zippy, has lots of room inside, and it's just fun to drive. It goes 0 to 60 in 10 seconds, though Edmunds thinks it's faster, and it's electronically limited to 90 miles per hour. So watch out, Tesla, because the Aptera awesome meter goes up to 11. Yeah! At the most recent Geneva Auto Show, EDAG previewed its new open source concept car. It incorporated OLED lighting and a 100% recyclable basalt fiber chassis. It's kind of like the BMW open source project, which seems to be picking up steam lately, with the addition of companies like Intel, GM, and Peugeot to the project. Want to reduce your fuel consumption and your sex life? Get a Goblin. It's a power-assisted velomobile, meaning you can pedal and it has an engine, guaranteeing you'll be the envy of your Dungeons & Dragons clan. And if that's just too nerdy for you, you could step it up a notch with Goblin Rampage. But seriously, if you're into it, the Goblin can get about 150 miles per gallon and will cost you about 7 grand. And if you're a Bedouin, or just live in a desert, and you don't have all these fun internal combustion engines to play with, how about a camel ambulance? It's a really cool design, except your snakebite or broken arm will have to wait for when Mr. Camel has to go poopy. And there's never a boring moment with the folks over at Rinspeed. If you remember, they created the Scuba underwater car. Now, it's the iChange, a car that changes shape depending on how many people you'll need to carry in it. The iChange is electric, it's got integrated solar panels, does 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, and has a top speed of 140 miles per hour. Or which makes it more than meets the eye. Get it? Transformers? Because it transforms? How the hell with you guys? Thanks for watching, and remember you can transform at ZapRoot.com. And by the way, yours truly will be speaking at the United Nations Health and Environment Conference on the morning of April 16th in New York City. If you want to check it out, you can go to worldinfo.org. There's a link in our show notes. Hey YouTube user, you should subscribe. The button is right over here. Seriously, this button's all over the place.